The cabin lights dim softly, the hum of the engine steady in the background. People are buckling in, shifting bags under seats, adjusting pillows. For most of them, this is just another flight, another trip from one place to another. But for one man, seated quietly in row 14 with his little girl at his side, this journey will become a story no one will ever forget. His name is Ethan Cole. He doesn't stand out, he's not flashy. His shirt is simple, the sleeves worn, the jeans faded but clean. His shoes, a little scuffed, still polished because he makes the effort. His face is tired but calm, the face of a man who's been through storms far heavier than anyone here could guess. Beside him sits Lily, his 7-year-old daughter with eyes as bright as the stars outside their window. She clings to his arm, excited, curious, safe in the only world that matters to her, her father. Ethan once had a partner in life, a wife who loved him, who dreamed with him, who built a future by his side, but cancer stole her away, far too soon. At her bedside, Ethan had made a promise. He would raise their daughter with love, courage, and strength. Every shift he worked, every sacrifice, every quiet night spent alone, was because of that promise. And though grief had bent him, it had not broken him. He kept moving forward. Across the aisle sits another man, Richard Grant. He is everything Ethan isn't, or at least everything Richard believes matters. A CEO of a booming company, his suit tailored, his watch gleaming, his confidence filling the cabin as if he owns the air around him. He notices Ethan, notices the worn clothes, the clumsy effort of helping Lily settle her seatbelt. Richard smirks, leans back, and lets out a laugh meant for others to hear. Some people, he mutters, not hiding his voice, turn airplanes into daycare centers, can't even manage one child. A couple of nearby passengers glance, some even chuckle nervously. Ethan stays quiet. He's heard worse before, but Lily doesn't miss it. Her small voice asks, "Daddy, why is that man being mean?" Ethan squeezes her hand gently, his eyes never hardening, because sometimes people forget how to be kind, sweetheart. Don't worry about him. But Richard isn't finished. He leans forward now, his voice cutting across the aisle. "You know, if you worked harder, maybe you could afford a nanny, or a private jet. But I guess some people are just meant to stay stuck." The words sting, but Ethan doesn't bite. Instead, he distracts Lily with a story about clouds shaped like castles and dragons, filling her mind with wonder while Richard fills the air with arrogance. The flight goes on. Meals are served. Richard talks loudly about his business deals, making sure every ear nearby knows his worth. Ethan stays quiet, focused only on keeping Lily comfortable. And then, it happens. The plane jolts, a sharp, violent shake that rattles trays and sends a gasp through the cabin. Drinks spill, babies cry. The captain's voice comes over the speaker, steady but tight. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing unexpected turbulence. Please remain seated with seatbelts fastened." Another jolt, sharper this time. The lights flicker. The atmosphere shifts from annoyance to fear. Ethan pulls Lily close, his arm wrapping around her like a shield. She buries her face against him, whispering, "Daddy, what's happening?" He strokes her hair and murmurs, "It's okay, sweetheart. I'm here." Then the captain's voice returns, and this time it cracks with urgency. "We have a critical situation. One of our pilots has fallen unconscious. We are down to one. Due to complications, we may need immediate assistance. If there is anyone on board with fighter pilot experience, please come forward." The cabin goes silent. Faces pale. Fear spreads like fire. A woman whispers a prayer. A man grips his seat as if it could save him. Children cry louder. Flight attendants move quickly, their voices trembling. "Please, if anyone has military flight experience, we need you." But no one moves. Not a hand raises. The silence grows heavier, like the air itself is sinking. And then, Ethan unbuckles his seatbelt. Lily looks up at him with wide, frightened eyes. "Daddy?" He kneels to her level, brushing a strand of hair from her face. His voice is calm. "I need to help, baby girl. I'll be back." Gasps ripple through the cabin as he stands. Richard scoffs, though the crack in his voice betrays his fear. "What, him? This single dad is going to fly the plane? This is insane." Ethan doesn't look at him. He follows the flight attendant toward the cockpit. The captain meets him at the door, sweat on his forehead. "Sir, do you have fighter pilot experience?" Ethan nods without hesitation. "Former Air Force, F-16, 6 years. Relief floods the captain's eyes. "Thank God. We'll need your help." And just like that, Ethan steps inside. The door closes behind him. For the next hour, the passengers live on the edge of terror. Turbulence shakes the plane. Oxygen masks sway from above. Prayers are whispered into trembling hands. Flight attendants do everything they can to calm people, but fear sits heavy in every row. Through the cockpit door, muffled voices, frantic, instructions, the sound of men fighting to hold control of a massive machine hurtling through the sky. Lily grips her seatbelt, whispering to herself over and over, "Daddy's brave, Daddy's brave, Daddy's brave." Richard sits frozen, sweat dripping down his forehead. His earlier confidence is gone, shattered into silence. Then, at last, the intercom crackles. The captain's voice fills the cabin. "This is your captain. Thanks to the assistance of a former fighter pilot on board, we have stabilized the aircraft. We are preparing for an emergency landing. Please stay calm and follow crew instructions." The cabin bursts into tears of relief. Strangers hold hands. People cry openly. Gratitude fills the air like oxygen after suffocation. When the plane touches down, rough but safe, cheers erupt. The impossible has been survived. The cockpit door opens, and Ethan steps out. His face is weary but steady. His daughter runs into his arms, holding him tight. "I knew you could do it, Daddy." Around them, passengers stare. Some clap, some whisper thank you through their tears. And Richard, he can't speak. His mouth opens, but no words come. All the arrogance, all the judgment gone. Ethan pauses near him, his daughter's hand in his. He doesn't speak with anger, only quiet strength. "You never know someone's story," he says. And then he walks away. The next day, headlines spread everywhere. Single dad saves hundreds on flight. But for Ethan, none of that mattered. What mattered was simple. He kept his promise. To protect his daughter. To live with courage. To rise above judgment. And for everyone on that flight, one truth became clear. Never underestimate the quiet strength of the people sitting silently beside you.